Iona R. Malanchik, Associate University Librarian and Head of the Education Library, University of Florida, Gainesville, Florida. According to her nominator, this librarian pays attention to all the details. During her time at the University of Florida, Iona has served both K through 12 students at the university's lab school library, as well as future educators at the education library. At the lab school, she found creative ways to engage the university community in student education, arranging for tenure-track university librarians to lead monthly book discussions for middle school students and their parents. At the education library, she remains focused on delivering 5-star service to all library users, while mentoring students and library staff and contributing to the community and to the profession. Among her contributions, she has volunteered with students in the university's English language training program and recently contributed a chapter to a recently published book on teaching information literacy to ESL students. Iona R. Malanchuk.
Althea Gibson, the great Wimbledon African-American tennis star, once said, "No matter what your accomplishments, somebody helped you." And so tonight, I cannot help but think back. It just seems so appropriate to be called here into New York City, because it was 41 years ago, one cool, crisp April morning, that the Associate Director of Libraries at Indiana University called me from Long Island into New York City. I was a writer and editor at the Grumman Corporation at the time. She wanted to interview me for a unique program. It was called Librarian Interns. IU was trying to bring in from around the country 9 different people to work full-time in the library and work part-time on the MLS. She returned to Bloomington, Indiana, and within a week I was offered the position. I got to IU's campus, an English major with a French minor, and I was assigned to the graduate math, physics, astronomy library. And I said, I can do that. I guess this is the way librarians get trained. And it was a fabulous experience. I was involved in reference, circulation, and a little bit of selection. About a year and a half later, Jane Fleener, the associate director at IU, said to me, "Iona, that's enough of that. You need to know the other side. You need to become a cataloger. So you will catalog now. You will switch jobs on Monday morning, and you will catalog the French and English literature collections at the J.K. Lilly Rare Book Library. You will become an original cataloger." I can do that. And then Jane, 1 year after that, said, "You're now ready to handle complex serials. You're going to handle the ILSDB project, the Indiana Library Serials Database. You will be traveling up and back and forth to Purdue University, who will handle development of the database, and you will work with others in serials on determining how we're going to get all these different libraries throughout the state of Indiana to coordinate holdings and put it into a database." After that experience, it seemed like everything was duck soup. Western Michigan University offered me a position as education librarian, and I ended up working with 6 PhDs in instructional development, 3 other education librarians, a graphic artist, and a lab manager. They wanted me there because of my serials and cataloging background and said, "All the rest of it that you don't know, we will teach you." So somebody helped me again. I worked with incredibly talented people, and I have found ever since, librarians are just like that. They teach each other as well as the students, the general public, the faculty, daily. I moved on to the University of Florida after spending 10 years at Western Michigan University, where I had been an education librarian and a business librarian in a business library. Once again, I am surrounded by talented people, multiple subject backgrounds. 50,000 students are on that campus, and every day they bring to me their doctoral dissertation complex topics, and I love it. I love it when I don't know the answer right away. And when I don't know the answer right away, I turn to colleagues. One of those terrific colleagues happens to be my husband. He's the African bibliographer, political science bibliographer, Peter Malinchuk. Some of you from the library field may know him. And he has been essential to helping me along the way. So as Althea Gibson once said, somebody helped you, and I say, turn around and help someone else. Thank you to the New York Times, the Carnegie Corporation, the American Library Association for recognizing how hard we do work. We know how hard we do work, but it is especially gratifying to receive this here in New York City when 41 years ago it all started for me. Thank you all for coming tonight.